My name is Amy Jensen and I am doing a peer review on Grace Jensen's sculpture-based photography module assignment. This was created in 2024. In this piece, we can see a small church that looks like it was made out of cardboard. It was created in neutral tones with a tower at the top. There is a large door at the bottom and a small square window sitting above it, as well as another small window mirrored in the tower. On the top of the tower there is a small cross. The surface of the church looks like it was covered in cream painter's tape running vertically, with a roof of cardboard which shows a slightly darker color than the building itself. The church looks like it was set on a bookshelf next to 4 big books. 2 of them are Bibles. One of the Bibles has a cross charm that sits close to the cross symbol on the top of the church. There are 2 other books on the shelf, but all the books are darker in color, though there are highlights of gold in the writing as well as some red on the spines. There is a light that sits behind the church on the right-hand side. Though it does not enter the church, it just illuminates it from behind. In analyzing this work, it seems that the church matches much of what you would think in context of a classic old church. The choice of the medium added variability to the texture of the work, invoking panels and thus creating a sense of realism. Additionally, because it was made with the natural colors of the tape and cardboard, the little church also feels a little older, more beaten and weathered. The placement of the piece on the bookshelf near the Bibles, both of which are taller and darker than the little church, gives an intense contrast between the dark and light of the 2 forms on the shelf. However, there is an additional contrast in the warm light that glows around it. Additionally, I like the symmetry of the cross on the church to the cross charm on the Bible. It connects them in a symbolic way as well as in a visual sense. My immediate response to this church is a reminder from older stories like Anne of Green Gables. This response seems to remind me of the simplicity of faith. In that sense, it seems to me that this work wanted to demonstrate something of a faith journey, including perhaps the pressure of faith as embodied by the larger and darker Bibles on the left, as well as the positive experiences that can be associated with it from the warm light behind. The symmetry between the cross on the church and the cross on the Bible seems to challenge the viewer's understanding of faith and to remind one to look to the source of truth, perhaps in spite of the looming intensity caused in contrasting the Bible and the church on the visual plane. However, because there are other books on the shelf, it also seems to say that there can be truth found in many different sources, and it is important to include all parts. Evaluating. I liked that the longer I looked at this piece, the more I got out of it. My initial response to the piece was nostalgic, but the more I looked and thought about what it could be saying, I was able to glean more meaning behind the different parts of the photography. I felt like there was very intentional color contrasting in the books, the church, and the light behind, and it added a message that gave more depth and purpose. I felt it recognizes the different relationships people have with faith and seems to offer a balance of both. As a result, I would say that it is a very well executed work that seems to convey a mixture of personal experiences.